Well, that's 3 hours of my life I won't get back. It made the recent root canal surgery that I had pleasant by comparison. I'd be quite happy for my psychotic dentist to tear out a couple more teeth with no anaesthetic than to have a go through that again. Take a look.
I think it's safe to say that I come from a very different background than my incredible wife. Yet our lives were brought together for a reason. We share a commitment to a life of service.
Yes, indeed, and a life of self-service. These two may see themselves as leading lady and leading man, but be clear, this is no cinema classic, just a third-rate horror film meets romantic comedy. It was scarier than The Shining, more vomit-inducing than The Exorcist, and more laughable than The Hangover 3. A 120-minute car crash in slow motion, this self-congratulatory, indulgent, self-pitying ego marathon may fill the coffers of this young couple, but the price they'll pay is a huge one. This film is a suicide note in celluloid and marks the end of Britain's relationship with Harry. Once its proudest son, of course, and don't forget this is a man whose popularity pre-Meghan, was second only to the Queen herself. In this film, the couple complain about the hierarchy of the royal family. Yes, guys, it's a monarchy. They tend to be quite hierarchical things. I'm so sorry that no one warned you. Just be glad they don't behead people anymore. Never say never. This hierarchy thing is such a novel idea, isn't it? It must have been a shock to Harry when he was in the military and had to answer to a sergeant major. Did that impact his mental health as well, I wonder, when he was flying airplanes over Afghanistan? When it comes to their alleged poor treatment by the palace when serving as active royals, Harry and Meghan have become the boy that cried wolf too many times. We've had 2 years now of hearing how tough it's been for a couple now rattling around a Montecito mansion, which we're told boasts 16 toilets. Well, this couple are stuffed up to the esophagus with enough BS to fill all of them. And it's all me, me, me. This couple are so narcissistic, they make Donald Trump look like a shrinking violet. So they're up themselves, as this film demonstrates, but they're stupid too. Yes, they're making a lot of money, but they haven't read the room. As they rant about how terrible their lives are, jetting around the world in private jets, being handed bizarre human rights awards, Brits at home are struggling with the cost of living. For some, switching on just one radiator in one room might break the bank, whilst Harry and Meghan laugh all the way to theirs by trashing an institution the public paid for handsomely and which made these two famous. Meghan was quite happy to dump Britain and dump the royal family. She has a long history of ghosting people. She did it to Piers Morgan, who introduced her to the UK media scene. When she met Harry, the calls stopped. My good friend, showbiz queen Lizzie Cundy, put an arm round this mediocre actress when she came to Britain and made her welcome. Lizzie Cundy there added to the list of people who have ceased to be useful to this ambitious young social climber. And she showed the ultimate ruthlessness in dumping her own father, Thomas Markle, a man who, it's well reported, supported and loved her as a father and helped facilitate her dream of becoming an actress, even paying for acting lessons. I've got to say, if I was Thomas Markle, I'd go to the acting teacher and ask for my money back. Have you seen Suits? In this documentary, the race card is played big time with a tedious lecture about British colonial history, forgetting that, unlike us, America imported slaves to their own country and had effective apartheid until the 1960s. It's hinted that the royal family and the British media, and maybe even the British people, were so horribly racist that's why the couple had to move on. I don't remember any racism when Markle was welcomed into the bosom of the royal family, particularly by the Queen herself. Markle has admitted the Queen was always a very loving and supportive figure. I don't remember any racism towards the couple when thousands lined the streets for their wedding. And I don't remember any racism when all of the press put the couple on every front cover for months on end. The look of love. What a great headline. Or how about this from the Daily Mail, as Meghan's beautiful mum Doria gives her away. They write, a magically modern royal wedding. I've got plenty of friends in Fleet Street. Let me tell you, when Meghan Markle came along, the response was overwhelmingly resoundingly positive. Far from seeking to demonise or castigate this woman, they were celebrating. They thought they'd found the new Diana. Now, far be it from me to say definitively whether there has or has not been a racist undertone to the treatment of Meghan Markle in some quarters, both here and abroad, by a nasty section of the press, potentially, the public, or even the royal family themselves. And if that is the case, then it is truly horrific. But I do have one question. Was Sarah Ferguson, or Fergie as she's known, the victim of racism when the press ripped her a second backside every 10 minutes when she was married to Prince Andrew? She got dog's abuse. What about Prince Edward, who has been mercilessly mocked for his whole adult life? And what about Harry? Is he the victim of racism too? Can you be racist about Harry, a privileged white British man? So let's just clarify this. He's getting all of this invective and these attacks, and it's not racism, but Meghan Markle is, and it is. Perhaps Harry is a victim of racism towards red-headed people. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Not from me, of course. Some of my favourite people are redheads. What a dreamboat. Don't knock a bit of ginger till you've tried it. Gingers aside, I think the public will see red when they watch this rubbish. This couple have burnt their bridges and have reached the point of no return. So my review for this film is a simple one. I'm giving it 1 star, even though Meghan should get an Oscar for her performance. I almost believed she was real. Rest assured, I won't be watching the next instalment. They don't pay me enough to go through that. And anyway, I've got an appointment with my dentist. Drill, baby, drill.